Here's the Triumph up on the bike lift, and it's not easy, is it, to get one of these bikes reversed up onto the lift. Anyway, managed that without giving myself a hernia, and it's on its main stand, which is working just great now, and I've got it tied down as well, just in case, but it shouldn't be going anywhere. And so the next job now is to remove this front wheel. I'm going to remove the brake cable first, then take the wheel off, remove this mudguard that I haven't been happy with anyway. I need to straighten out some of those struts, and you can see how the oil seals have failed. I hopefully don't have to remove the headlight assembly, but then I will need to undo the pinch bolts here, and then of course remove the handlebars. Hopefully I can just lay them on the tank on a blanket, of course, and then start disassembling the forks by first of all removing these top fork nuts. I've got the special Triumph tool which will allow me to drop the forks down. I'm actually going to remove the forks completely off the bike. I know you can just remove the bottom fork legs by undoing the Allen screw underneath, but I'm going to take the tubes off as well so that I can inspect them and a few other things as well. These forks were pre-assembled when I got the bike. I just want to check a few things on the bench. Next, I'll drop the oil out of the bottom of the forks to avoid having to do that messy job afterwards. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to do a Rolly free special on my Vincent. I've actually taken the seat off for another job. Just going to drop the fork oil out of the forks. This is the drain screw, the drain plug underneath. Now that, my friend, is a socket. And it wasn't very tight either. But I've got a lot of leverage with this bar. Okay, great. That fork tube's all the way up to here, as I would have expected. It certainly doesn't look loose, but I do have the special Triumph tool to knock it back down. I thought I'd lost the washer there, but it was hiding. Oop. Olive oil. I'm not the biggest fan of this headlight assembly system. That should be the pinch bolt, sufficiently loosened to get this fork tube down. This is the special Triumph tool. I'm going to just insert that into here. It's used to pull it up as well, but more importantly to thread here onto the top of the fork and use it as a drift to push it down and tap it down. Well, I don't like that, so I am going to put some anti-seize on that. Okay, got a bit of anti-seize on the thread. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's obviously quite tight in there, but it will loosen up. I think hopefully that should be enough. Okay, let's try this. Excellent. Oh yeah, as expected, it's a lot looser in there now. In fact, I can do it by hand. Excellent. You can take it out by hand afterwards because it loosens it up so much after it's out of that triple tree yoke. Okay, that's the forks off. Here's the first fork leg on the bench, and I just need to undo this Allen socket head screw here to get this lower fork leg off the tube. And I've got this tool here that was actually given to me by my friend Andy, and that keys into the top of the damper in there as well, and then you undo this Allen screw here. And this is a 5.5mm Allen wrench. Oh, those seals are in the wrong way around. It's supposed to go this way up. That's the bottom of the seal. Because these have been leaking pretty bad. There's oil all over here. And the seals itself looks to be in quite decent condition, but they're coming out. I've also got new gaiters as well. These are the boots that go around here. Yeah, I think this would be quite a problem having these upside down. As you can see, that soft top edge is at the bottom now. And that's just real spongy because this is supposed to be at the top. So, yeah, well, I'm glad I did this now. I'm just going to try and remove the seal while it's cold before I get to the point where I'm adding some heat onto this chrome. I'm using a tyre spoon or a tyre lever. See if I can get this off, and I'm just going to be real careful of this edge. Nope. I'll try a heat gun first, but this might not get it warm enough. Okay. There we go. Softly and slowly, I think, was the answer. Yeah, that's lovely and clean and neat inside there. Just a build-up of oil, but no dirt or debris that I can see. And this is cleaned up like brand new. So now it's just a matter of reversing that process, but this time putting in the seals the right way around. Okay, I'm going to put some silicone lube on there. Use this quite a bit on rubber parts. A little bit on the seal. Press it down. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, that was good. I didn't even need to hit that. I was going to hit it with a socket. So actually, it wasn't super tight, but I think it's enough. I think once that cools down, that's quite hot now. I think once that cools down, it will be a very nice fit and significantly better. I think I also saw that the old seal wasn't seated correctly as well, so that might have played a factor in it. The other thing I wanted to mention is these fork legs have been chromed. I think you've seen that, but that also means that this was chromed as well, and I think they actually chromed the drain screw while it was attached like a plug into the fork leg. So consequently, even the washer itself is chrome plated. So I might just need to replace these. I'm struggling to get the other one off actually. Here's the other fork leg, and as you can see, the drain screw has actually been chrome welded into the bottom of the fork leg, and I can't get it off. I've even tried an impact screwdriver and I cannot get it off. So I'm going to leave it as it is. Some things you just got to walk away from, right? And I'll just make a mental note that next time I change the fork oil, I have to take these lower fork legs off. There's one thing, at least it's not going to leak out of that plug. Well, that was an easy one. Yeah, again, it's like brand new inside. Still warm as well, so I should hopefully get the new seal in. Perfect. Really good. Yeah, that was much easier. That second one. Here's the end of the damper assembly, and you can see the two slots here that this fits into. Bit of a tight fit, but it works great. Here are the forks on the bench, and I'm very pleased to say everything is in really nice condition overall. I've cleaned everything up, of course, as usual, and the chrome came up great as well. Just a few observations along the way. The springs are, one, the same length, and two, they're definitely within tolerance, so they're 19.25 inches versus 19.125 inches in the Haynes manual. 488.89 millimeters versus 485 millimeters. So that's great. I did find that these sealing washers, they're both missing. So these go at the bottom of the damper rods on the inside of the bottom fork legs, and these screw in through them into the damper. So they're missing, so I'll need to replace those. This damper was a little roughish. It was a little rusty, just a little bit on the inside, and then correspondingly on the inside of the fork leg, but that's all been taken care of. Cleaned them out, replaced the seals, replaced the gaiters, and then, oh yeah, these bottom nuts, these were just hand tight, so I'll nip them up when I put everything back together. So I'll just need to place an order for 2 little washers, and then that will be it. I'll start putting them back together again. Those seals are miles better. But I must say I'm not too happy about the way these gaiters fit over. Now I don't know if it's because the legs have been chromed, or these are just too short, or the lip here is just not strong enough, but they're not holding in that groove. I've tried a couple of times with just the fork legs and they sort of ride up over that groove, and I'm thinking I wish I'd have got different fork gaiters, these rubber boots, but it could be the legs. Yeah, they just seem to land and rest just above the groove instead of in the groove, baby. Nice. Very nice. I'll just tighten these up now, just temporarily, just to draw up the fork tubes, the stanchions, and then I'll undo them, obviously fit the instruments. I've got to put the oil and the springs in, but it saves me clamping down onto these brackets that holds these instruments. Got this slightly lighter tool. This is actually a sump plate plug for a Norton Commando 7/8 Whitworth. It just also happens to fit this fork nut on a T120 Bonneville.